Dan, it's been a real tough week for the Tigers.
Something else.
Out of everything that's happened to them, though, you tell me there is some good news coming.
Some light at the end of the tunnel. You see Origin ends this week as we record this, which means they get all their Origin stars back for the run home to finals.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by the good people at Top Sport. Don't forget to like and subscribe where you can. Dan, no more short rounds of footy.
Thank the Lord.
Except this weekend where there's only 7 games.
That's right.
Yeah.
7's better than 4 or 5.
We get an Origin game.
We do, which, neither here nor there. But we're doing a live show tonight. We have an audience.
Yes,
so
we do.
Let's shout out to the one person, new studio audience. But
Mate, we're like the Matty John show.
Look here,
we're just funny.
And there's someone to be, I'm Fletching Hindmarsh. We're here to make friends tonight.
We are. Let's start at the top. Good news. Melbourne Storm are apparently weighing up the prospect of releasing Jason Ryles to let him go and focus on Parramatta and recruiting and just hanging around in general. I actually think it's a good idea. I think if Ryles, not to be the coach this year, but to go and just hang out, see how the day-to-day operations
I don't think you could drag him kicking and screaming to be the coach this year.
I mean,
he don't want none of that stink on him.
Well, it's going to be the same next year.
It is, but I like it from Ryles and I like it from Parramatta's point of view. I see
like
no
it from
positive.
Melbourne.
Well, it's a good thing. You don't say that often about them, but I can't see anything positive. They're flying right now. Why upset that apple cart? Except, conspiracy theory time, there's a lot of young players in that Storm system that he could go, oi.
Yeah.
So to get rid of him stops that. Now, I'm not saying he would do that. He doesn't come across as that kind of person, but it is an opportunity.
Yeah. And it's the same if he's building that relationship with, say, like Suafa-Longo.
Yeah, and saying, we could use a few players at Parramatta. Haha, wink, wink. I think it's fantastic. Now, the news has come out that it'll happen after Origin 3, which obviously is tomorrow by the time this drops. Blaze Tuolangi is off contract, hasn't taken up his player option yet. Talk was that he was going to, and then was like, ugh. The Dragons are looking at him, which means he probably will take up the Parramatta option. That said, Jason Ryles going in, sitting down with him, that can be only a positive.
It can. The Dragons are preparing the deal for him and his brother.
Fullback?
I'm not sure.
I would offer it. So I would be moving
him to play fullback. I think they'll need him to play centre or wing to replace Lomax, right?
Yeah, probably.
Tyrell Sloan's not bad. He's just like every other fullback in the competition. He can't tackle.
Yeah, true.
It's good from Ryles. He can go in there. He can figure out that, like, the first report was Regan Campbell-Gillard, Ryan Madison and Mike Acebo were told that they can go and find other clubs.
Fair enough.
So if that's true, or that's what Parramatta are thinking, they're like, hey, Jason, can we come in and get your opinion on this?
Yep.
Balance the books, see what's happening, see how much they'd have to pay, how much they'd have to sign. So the market's so bare. Player market is so bare.
It is, but this time next week we could be talking 4 players are up. You just don't know in this day and age. Overall, though, it's positive.
I like it, and I think Melbourne are doing the right thing by him. I did find it really, I love petty news stories that turn around and said, unlike his time at the Roosters, this will end in a respectful relationship. I think that might be the case as well, that if Ryles does okay at Parramatta, that he might get a consideration of a Melbourne job further on down the track. Good news for everybody involved. Now the Origin interruptions are over. Apart from this weekend, as we said, there's only 7 games, but it's fine. I'm sick of it.
Somebody tweeted me earlier, and I'm sorry I forgot the name, I'll put in the comments. 30% of the season is affected by Origin directly. Mm-hmm. That is just disgusting. I knew feels like 6 months. 30% of an elite competition. You look at the Broncos, they haven't won in like 8 weeks.
That's good.
Which is hilarious. But you add
that's not Origin. That's not Origin though.
No, I'd say it doesn't help.
Well, Adam Reynolds didn't break his arm in Origin.
Yeah, but I don't buy that Reynolds is purely responsible for that. But look, South Sydney, absolutely fine. Obviously, they've lost to Trell, but you take Cam Murray out. There's a heart and soul of that team. They go up and get flogged. They get beaten by the Dolphins. The Dolphins themselves were a bit up and down when Hammer got injured. Guess what? In Origin. Can we please make this the last year this happens?
I mean, I'd love it. I'd love to just shut down the competition for 2 weeks. As we said, the Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday.
Just play it. It's all about the ratings. Channel 9 want the mid-season ratings. Shut the comp down.
Yeah.
Gives everyone a 2-week bye and you can bring it in.
Yeah.
You don't have these buys and these 4-game rounds randomly. You just shut it down. Everyone gets 2 weeks to rest players, get surgeries done. You can look at that mid-season. It could be a tactic. Mm-hmm. Just, there's no negative here, except we'd have nothing to talk about for a couple of weeks.
Oh, no, we'd find it. Imagine that, a 2-week camp, there would be so much shenanigans going on.
Actually, they should put cameras in. Remember Rugby League Island?
For Origin.
Yes. You remember when they robbed us of Rugby League Island?
Yes.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah. Big Brother for Origin would be awesome. And we could, that's when you have to select Appy Coruscant.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And put a tail on him.
Now, the Tigers. We don't want to kick them when they're down because we already did that on the weekend.
You don't?
Yeah, I really do.
Straight face.
Stefano Utoikamanu.
Ugh.
One of the best young front rowers in the game at the moment, has clearly checked out.
Oh, God, yes.
His performance in the opening 3 minutes of that Sharks game was just but Benji should have hooked him then and there and just said, you know what, don't worry about it. We'll play with 16, right? Yeah. And now the day after, they've just got an absolute hiding. He's left the Tigers complex early to get a plane up to Brisbane to meet with an unnamed team with no known location that they represent.
Narrows it down a bit.
Yeah. If you're the Tigers, sucked in.
Yeah.
But do you just pull the offer and just tell him to piss off?
Yes, immediately. This bloke has no interest in being at the Tigers.
Yeah.
All he's done is use the Tigers to put him in the shop window and say, hey, come get me from the Tigers. You saw Lachlan Galvin came out and said what he did. Mm-hmm. He spoke to Jerome Luai and immediately retracted it. Said, I was silly, I'm here. Stefano's like...
Well, the one thing that I'll say about this is I don't entirely blame Stefano for this situation. I blame the Tigers for putting a ridiculous clause in there. Yeah. Thinking that he would either A, play Origin or B, that they would make the finals, right?
It's offensive.
You're on a women of prayer there because he played one game.
Yep.
But for him as well, this is really unprofessional because he's now gone to Brisbane, he's pimping himself out to Melbourne.
Oh, Penrith too.
No, it's not Penrith.
Really?
It's Parramatta.
Ah, gotcha.
And he's saying, I want to meet with Jason Ryles. Okay. Is there, because he's Parramatta Junior.
Gotcha.
If I'm the Tigers, I'm shutting him down.
Their fans are offended by this, and as they rightly are. I have a non-Tigers fan who's very close to a Tigers fan who messaged me after the game the other night and said, what's he doing? How dare a player, and this is my words, how dare a player of that quality, who's good, come out and say, I want $1 million, I want this, I want that. How about you show some respect, some self-respect, and go out there and play like your career's on the line? Because technically it is. Because a team like Penrith or Melbourne will go, you know what, we judge players under a little bit of the blowtorch. It's got tough and he's turned into absolute water.
Yeah.
So they're going to go, what if it gets tough here? You're going to look for a way out? No, thank you. He's costing himself and the fans. It's pretty embarrassing to be telling you.
I'd tell you this, Melbourne would probably do better to look at a couple of this, like someone like Jack Williams rather than Stefano.
Yeah, they want a player with talent, but also a bloke
with character.
Yeah, first and foremost. You look at their forward pack the last few years. Right now, that's not a top 10 forward pack in the game. Yet any given day they can win a forward battle. Yeah, I think he's done himself a huge disservice, and he's got only himself to blame.
Well, Tiger's got to take a little bit of blame for allowing it. But yeah, Stefano, wake up to yourself. Benji, sit him down. Right, Dan, now the run home. Right, the run home for the contending teams at the moment. The top 8, 9, 10. It's pretty contentious. You wouldn't want to be the Dragons.
Ever.
Okay. Their run home is really tough.
Difficult, is it?
Do you see much change happening in the top 8 at the moment?
There's so many teams outside that 4 or 5 that can come out and put a score on you and then cop a score the next week for no reason at all. I.e. the Dolphins, Manly, Canberra, although I put them a little bit further down.
Yeah, I think Canberra done.
Manly. So I'm going to sit on the fence and say, I don't know, Terry, what do you think?
I think the Knights, they're on life support.
Come on.
Life support. They're 2 points out of the top 8, but they when they lose, they get spanked.
They do.
The Dragons, I like where the Dragons are at the moment. I think Shane Flanagan's really, really punching above with that team. But they get a bye this week, and then they take on Penrith, the Storm, and the Dogs in a 3-week period.
Ooh, that's tough. Yeah. Dogs are another team that can...
Yeah, now... I look at that run for the Dragons and I think that could almost end their season.
They're gone.
Because they still have to play Cronulla as well in that point in time, and I haven't looked at some of the others. Manly have a pretty soft run in, as do Cronulla.
Yep.
And I think the team the highest on the ladder that the Sharks play on the run home is Manly.
That's good.
And they're 7th, and they also get the Cowboys as well.
Yep. Okay, so there's a couple of teams in there.
Yeah, so this is... I can't see like one of the teams... Like the Titans are playing really good footy at the moment, but I can't see them making a run to the finals.
Souths were the most likely.
Souths
and Latrell's injury ended that run.
I think the Sharks play Souths as well. I think by the time they play South Sydney and the Dragons, their seasons may be over. Obviously as well, all eyes now on the Sharks in the top 4. Can they stay in the top 4 with Nico Hines being out? I think it's going to be a bit of a challenge. I don't see them dropping out of the top 8.
Well, the Dogs are there.
I can see the Dogs or the Dolphins jumping into that 4th spot and Cronulla finishing 5th or 6th. Which would be a real shame because they were flying at the start of the year, but this peak is... But I mean, if Braden Trindle's going to play as he did, then there's still a lot of hope. So I think the top 8 is pretty much just set. The Knights are on life support and the Dragons... I mean, if they can get through that 3-week period with 4 points, that would be unreal for
this
them.
This still feels like the most open season we've had. There's no Melbourne are playing very well, but Penrith haven't really clicked yet, and I know we said that last year. Melbourne, I still don't feel...
the Roosters as favourites at the moment.
Yeah, well, they can put a score on anyone at any given time. I mean, Cronulla beat them by outscoring them. You can't.
Yeah, you can't keep doing.
You can't do that every week. So, look, I feel like there's 10 teams, and then the rest. The rest are just either left themselves too late. And I put Canberra in that. They were that 11th team. There's probably only 3 teams that can win it from here, but from there down, who knows? Yeah. It's good fun. And I hate sitting on the fence, but I'm excited. Yeah, now at the beginning of the year, I went back and had a look. You and I both had the Dogs sort of around the 13th spot in the competition. Is Cameron Serrato the coach of the year, or is it Craig Bellamy? It's Bellamy. Although... I could hear an argument. If they finish top 4, the argument's done. It's Serrato. If Serrato gets top 4, then I think you have to say that he is the coach of the year. But if they get 6th or 7th, I'm giving it to Bellamy. Yeah, fair. The Broncos, they're in 11th. Yep. You've written them off as frauds. Last week, Gornskis. They get all their Origin players back. Have a semi-tough run in. Yep. Well, every game's tough when you're playing badly. 6 losses in a row. Are they done? Yes. Now, Adam Reynolds, done. Adam Reynolds came out. Now, they may squeak into 8th, but they're Gornskis. Their premiership aspirations are done. Adam Reynolds came out during the week and just said no. There was talk that they were going to rush him back, and he's like, no, I'm not ready, and I'm not forcing it. A bloke at his age shouldn't be coming back early, and because his career could be over, let's face it. I don't like saying that, and it's not in jest. That's a very real possibility. You're not going to rush him back and write off next year, because this year's done. Yeah. Like, if they were still sort of around 5th or 6th, only 4 points out of the top 4, you could maybe say, can you come back 2 weeks early and we'll play you as just behind the line. Yeah, and it doesn't really matter because he hits finals. He's not like he's 15 games into a career. It's 1,500 games into his career. He can come back and play anything. Now, Carrigan and Haas coming back and being fully fit and committed. Walsh. Huge. Like 3 superstars. Reynolds is obviously the key. And again, every team's got injuries. Penrith are doing okay without their halfback. So not making excuses for them. I just feel like they miss Herbie Farnworth more than they thought they would. Mm-hmm. And they miss Tom Flegler a lot more than they thought they would. Yeah, and I mean, Herbie hasn't even set the world on fire. He's been good, but last year he was so good for Brisbane. And any time Tony Staggs had an off game, which is 1 in every 2 or 3, Herbie'd say, sweet, it's my turn to go whooshka. And they were very hard to contain. I don't think they're outside backs. They can score a lot of tries, but they can hardly hold the ball. And I don't think that second row is quite kicked on as they thought they would, and Piakura and Ricky. So they've come back to the pack. Do not get me wrong. I don't want to play them at Shark Park in round 1 of the finals. I probably would. But after that, just Gornskis. I probably would. I'd back us, yeah. I'd back us. That says it all. If you're backing Cronulla in a final, Brisbane are gone. Jerry. Talk to me, Dan. Time to talk some black, white and blue, and boy, is it a different week this week. Yeah, it is. Well, that's enough. It was good. It was. So, yeah. Now,
Yeah.
we're here on
What
the back
was it
of
like being there?
It was incredible. It started well. When we scored that early try, everyone sort of went, oh, all right, sweet. And then they scored pretty much straight away. A brilliant try by the Tigers, by the way. Started to think, because we gave away a penalty, they scored real quick. It was a bit of, the old demons of the past few weeks. And then when we scored, and then Appy hit the bin, everyone went, sweet, it's game over. And it was a very enjoyable second half, a lot of fun. Unfortunately, when Jess Colquhoun went down, the whole place went silent, which was a great show of respect for the young kid. Shattered, obviously unabashed fan favourite of mine and yourself. But overall, mate, it was party atmosphere. It was 10,000, sounded like 12, 13,000, which is a wrap. It's not a bag. Pretty damn enjoyable night.
So the question we got to ask, are we better without Nico, or is just the pressure off at the moment?
I think it galvanised the boys. Mm-hmm. Big injury to your star player who won under, immense pressure, including on this very couch. Yeah. Sort of looked like we're going to do this for Nico. Now, no is the short answer. We're not better with Nico Hines. But
we're not better without Nico Hines.
Yeah. But that's going to go well. Cut that. I was very impressed how they played without Nico Hines.
Yeah, I think the shackles got lifted a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. So you go and have a look at the top touches in the NRL. Mm-hmm. It's the dummy halves, and Blake Brayley's number one by a long while. But you take the dummy halves out of it, it's Nico Hines, and then there's a significant drop off to the next person, right? Yep. So he touches the ball more than anyone, and he has about 15, 16 runs a game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not taking anything away from him, because I think he's absolutely incredible. But you get a different kind of game from Trindle. Now, we did a full run on Fins Up, drop a link to it. Jesus, wasn't that a nightmare as well?
Yeah, it was good fun.
But Trindle straightens the team a lot, and we got a couple of tries, like the Britton Nickera one, the Jesse Ramian try, Katoa's first try, just comes from him straightening up the attack. So I've got a question for you, and we posed it on Fins, but I want to put it here as well. When he comes back, is he the 5'8"?
Yes.
Yes.
Trindle's done enough to, and I'm not just basing that on one game. He's played a lot of 7, especially for the Jets. He's a controlling type, and Nico, we got to take the pressure off Nico. Is the short answer. So yes, put him in.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is the goal kicking as well. I think you could probably take that off Nico for a little bit. Give it to Trindle because he hits them sweet.
He does
have some shockers in him.
Yes.
And if he misses one from beside the post, you can probably say, "Hey, Nico,
get in.
Next one from right in front," because Tricky will nail it from the side.
Yeah. Then there's no expectations. He's the best player in the world.
So I think that's just something that you can do there. I think Dan Atkinson was good without being great.
Yeah.
And he was a lot better than he has been for the Jets.
He did his role. Pretty much to perfection, to be honest.
It brought Will Kennedy back into the game as well because we were playing a lot more direct. Mm-hmm. I think the thing with Nico is when we start going across field, he doesn't straighten up, whereas Trindle straightens that up as well, so we can play out the back a lot. Overall, I liked it.
Yeah, me too. Now, it was just the Tigers.
Yeah.
But don't forget, the Tigers put an absolute score on us last time.
But don't forget, we say that it was just the Tigers, but we have lost to the Titans, who are a bottom 14.
Exactly. So you beat who's in front of you, and we beat the snot out of them, let's be honest. I thought the game plan was better this week, and I don't think that's all on Nico not being there. I think it's Fitz looking and saying, come on, boys, we've been getting this wrong. Brayley ran.
Yeah, 12 runs.
Shockingly, and which shows he can do it, which is even more frustrating.
More runs in one game than he had in his last 3.
Which is just says it all. But, and I know the forwards were on the front foot, etc., but just fake like you're going to run, put some doubt in the markers' minds, the defenders' minds. I just, Kennedy, you mentioned, there were no crash play. Oh, there was a crash play. There's a quick ball and they went right. That's the setup, not crash play. Yeah. So they sort of read it better. And again, I know it was only the Tigers, but the way they just moved the ball to the outside backs, how many tries their outside backs score? Like 15? Yeah, there you
go. All of them apart from BHU, Nickera, whatever. So all of them but not
brilliant,
all of them. But the crash play to Tommy Hazelton in the first half, right? 12-6, crash play. And the Tigers, after that Hazelton, you go back and you watch it, because I've watched this game about 4 or 5 times now, and I'll probably watch another 4 or 5 times before we're here again. But Hazelton gets the crash play, and all the Tigers jam in, because they see Royce Hunt.
Here he goes again.
They see Cam McInnes. And then we throw the ball out the back, and the Tigers are like, huh?
Yep.
What's going on here? Katoa strolls over in the corner.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good.
It was good.
Now, I just mentioned him. Mm-hmm. But why the hell are we letting Royce Hunt talk to other clubs?
I don't know.
We need to stop that immediately.
We do. We need to say, Royce,
or we need to introduce Royce Hunt to other clubs, but have Oregon Kaufusi in the room.
Yeah, or you can have what's behind door number 2. Royce Hunt was fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, he's been very, very good. There was a moment, and again, I mentioned it on Fins, where two rep quality Origin players, probably not now, but were Origin players, had a hold of him, and Buller ran up, and Royce just put him on his backside and goes, no, and just busted through. Quick play the ball, and we score off the next play. He's a monster.
Yeah.
And when used properly, because he played like 18 or 20 minutes, she's not giving him the long
Played
stints.
33 minutes.
Yeah, see, overall, but like,
Yeah.
so unfortunately, I go back to Colquhoun again. He got the short stint. Obviously, the injury didn't help.
I think he was going to play. You know,
he was going to play to the
50th,
end, right?
Yeah.
But Hunt, you know, he's a player that you can put on for more than 4 or 5 minutes and bust a tackle and do a run. You go, where's Royce? Oh, he's down again. He's got the fitness, he's got the mongrel, and I think he's got the want. Although Kaufusi, we do bag him, and he was okay this week. On the last play, he ran from the literal back fence for that hit up, smashed the bloke, and then they're like, nah, it's all good. And then he didn't play the ball. But if he'd run through, he would have run 100 metres.
I was going to say as well, I want to give a shout out to Braden Hamlin-Uele. Back up to his minutes of 40. Mm-hmm. Really good. Finished the game as the left edge back rower.
Yeah, because Teague went off, didn't he?
Teague went off with about 6 minutes to go, and Hamlin-Uele went out.
Gotcha. I couldn't see that far.
That is just terrifying. Because on the field at that time we had McInnes, Hunt, well, he's not really intimidating, Hunt, Kaufusi, Hamlin-Uele, Nicker on the other side of the field. Like, that was big.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, he was
all the forwards were good this week.
Speaking of enormous, speaking of huge.
Oh, huge.
He was incredible.
He was. Those that haven't seen Newtown, and those that don't follow me on Twitter.
Shame on you.
At Southo Dan, just type in huge with 7 U's. It judges, but I'm trying to make it 7. Uniformity, 7 U's in huge. He had a highlights package in that first 15 minutes. By then, I was spent. I couldn't keep recording. I ran out of camera space. He busted a bloke, sent him to the shadow realm. Second, he ran through and scored, beat about 4 blokes. And the third time, he made a break. The flick pass. It's no longer the Gidley. It's the huge.
It's the huge.
And puts Liam Ison beside
I just want to say, though, his try that he scored, he nearly burst the ball, putting it down.
Yeah, he put it through the earth. There's a divot like this.
That patch of grass at Henson is in all sorts at the moment.
Yeah, that's cool.
He threw that ball down. Now
he was fantastic.
Liam Ison. Mm-hmm. Ison.
The Hattie hero.
The hat-trick hero. Now, Will Kennedy is probably going to cop the worst suspension of all time. We've got the option to play Chris Viola on debut and drop Euro to fullback.
Yep.
Got the option to bring Mawini Herodi up.
Yep.
And put Euro to fullback. Or we've got the option to bring Liam Eason up. Now, this game's up in North Queensland.
That could be what means... Now, I, full disclosure, expect Herodi
into the team.
Yeah, because there's another week we've got to buy, and he'll play for Newtown this week.
I think Viola.
Either or. I'm happy with that. If it was me, I'm putting Liam Ison on and saying just go for it. But I think Herodi will come in at left centre and Kaylee will play at the fullback.
The only thing that I've got at the moment is... I think Kaylee plays fullback, but Viola is in the top 30.
Yep. And
Herodi's on the dev deal.
Yep.
I just want to see what
I'm okay with that.
got.
I think
Chris
as a
Viola.
one-off...
I think Chris Viola is going to be an
He was great in the
star.
trials, and as a one-off, I'm completely sold. I just think they will go that experience option. There's talk of the people want Ronaldo at fullback. Yeah, okay.
I think Ronaldo at centre.
Yes, and Stone Street on the wing.
Stone Street on the
There's a lot of options.
Or Stone Street at fullback.
Yeah, let's just go full chaos.
Stone Street at centre. Stone Street is the real option.
I selfishly want Euro to play fullback because he may legitimately run for 500
What about
meters.
Tom Rodwell?
What about you go away? And no Puru either. Look, whatever they go with for a week is going to be okay, but Kennedy absolutely should not be suspended. Yeah. But the Jets won huge on the back of huge.
44-18.
Yep.
Puts us up to third. The Jersey Flag team
got done on the bell.
Scored more tries than the Dogs.
Missed a whole heap of kicks.
Couldn't keep the goals. 24-22 they lost. The Dogs are really good in Jersey Flag as well. They sit second.
They are, so that was a bit of a turn up. We almost got them. And then the girls, the NRLW team, had a 20-all draw against the Roosters, who were pretty much full strength. I had a quick look. I'm actually going to go home and watch the highlights because the stream was on, which is good stuff to the team. We were 12-0 up when we took most of the stars off, and that was 3 tries. There were no conversions. Mm-hmm. It was a try. So don't look too much into it, but Pretty good signs.
Yeah, good signs. I hope the girls take that next step and get us into the finals. That'd be awesome to play finals.
They're definitely the third or fourth best team on paper, and game's not played on paper. But 2 weeks' time, we'll be down there against the Cowboys. You can't call them the Cowgirls, you get in trouble for that. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Dan,
Yes.
it's time for some top sport.
It is. No, I believe you owe me an apology.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
What for?
It's in general.
Yeah.
You say some hurtful things.
Yeah, I mean, we both tipped 3 this week. You bullied me into picking the Dragons on this very lounge. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Uh,
Shout out, Top Sport, legends.
Haven't got the update for us at the moment. It's sort of around about $140 we've raised so far.
That's cool. Which Top Sport are going to...
And Dids is going to double.
Yep.
This is just, it's going awesome.
It's going to be good.
I can taste that
We are
steak.
all for the kids. Look, yeah.
Yeah. Let's start Wednesday night.
Yep.
Suncorp Stadium.
Yep.
I was about to say the Broncos.
I actually forgot this game was on.
The Maroons are hosting the New South Wales Blues.
Yeah.
I don't know what Billy Slater's done here.
No, he hasn't picked... I think this is the ultimate... We are so good that I can pick literally anyone and beat you at some
This is the ultimate. I am so stubborn. Like, Billy Slater just reminds me of my 7-year-old daughter at the moment when she's trying to butt in and say something. You just ask her to hold off and you're like, what have you got to say? Sweet? No, it's okay. I don't need to tell you now.
No for feeder.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Look, if the Blues don't win this game...
I'm picking the Blues.
I'm going to tip the Maroons because they're in Suncorp. If the Blues do not win this, they will never win a decider at Suncorp Stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll pick the Blues.
Fair enough.
Right, Friday night, 8 o'clock. The Raiders are hosting the Warriors. Now, I've already seen like the 3 Warriors fans there are in the world complaining about this because it's 10 o'clock over there. Here's a tip for you. Don't watch it.
Yeah, it might be doing you a favour.
Yeah.
Don't
watch it. Watch it the next day.
Yeah.
Watch a replay.
10 o'clock's not even late.
Don't. Yeah, well, it is for me.
Yeah, actually. Me too.
9:30.
Sorry, Warriors fans. You're
Yeah.
right. I got to start taking some risks. I'm going to tip Canberra.
Oh, I was going to tip Canberra.
Okay, we are tipping Canberra anyway.
I'll take the Wires then.
Good, you're guilty.
I don't know. Is Tamari Martin playing?
Don't care.
Yeah,
No, he will. He will.
We don't have a team list yet. Yeah, I'll tip the Warriors.
Go for it.
Super Saturday. It's back.
It is, thank you.
It's back. Super Saturday. 3 o'clock starts off with a bludger of a game as the Rabbitohs will take on the Tigers.
I was thinking blockbuster.
Bludger, blockbuster. It's a B and an L.
It is chaos, rugby league chaos, which is what I'm all about when the Sharks aren't playing.
Right, so the Tigers. What does Benji say to them this week?
Don't be as bad as last week.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't know.
I didn't rate his press conference, by the way. I think that's everyone was praising him for his maturity and everything. No, I didn't rate it whatsoever. The Rabbits, they weren't too bad. They just couldn't kick goals.
I don't.
Yeah.
But the trial's not back, so they're going to have to find a kicker. I think Benji Marshall has just got to go in next week and just say, we know we suck. Get off my back. I'm trying.
Yeah. That's what he kind of said this week. That's not what I wanted to hear. No, anyway, I'm going to pick the Rabbits in this, and I don't care what you say.
Bunnies.
5:30 up at McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. 2 teams that...
Spewcastle.
Yeah.
They have been so bad. Well, yesterday.
Newcastle have the opportunity to absolutely...
End the Broncos.
End the Broncos season and keep their season maybe off life support.
Newcastle, I don't like you and you don't like me. Do us all a favour, please.
There was a lot not to like about this Newcastle team. Now, no Bradman Best, no Gagai, and Manly really went at that weakness there.
They did.
I just like the Broncos. It depends on who backs up, but if Haas carry, like it's at a point now where they all have to back up, unless they're injured.
They have to back up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Who are you taking?
I will tip Brisbane because they have to win, and I think teams that have to win are dangerous, but it would not shock me at all if they don't get the job done.
I really want to tip against you in this one because like it sucks that we tip the same.
Yeah, okay. But
you know what? Forget it. I'll tip Newcastle. Let's just have some fun with this.
Brave, I like it.
It's the run home. Let's just tip Newcastle. 7:30 Saturday night down in Melbourne. I almost want to fly down for this game. Thank you. The main event. Storm versus Roosters. Wow. Wow.
This could be the game of the millennium. Now, I said that last time and Penrith beat us 40-0.
Yep.
But the more I say it, the more likely I am to be correct. Points are going to flow in this game.
Yep. I just don't think they're going to flow from Melbourne.
Oh, you're tipping the Chooks.
I'm going to tip the Chooks.
I'll tip the Storm then because we got to get a bit of rivalry. But this is yum.
There is just so much to like from the Roosters at the moment. And I think they've honestly got their eyes on the minor premiership and they can do it.
They can. If Melbourne win this game,
I feel they're the best team in the competition at the moment, the Roosters. And this is going to be a massive test for them. Now, elite teams have gone down to Melbourne and won. Mm-hmm. So if the Roosters are elite, otherwise they're on fraud watch.
Deal.
Now, Dan, am I right in reading this that we get a super duper Sunday?
We do. 3 games, as it should be every week, just quietly.
Yeah. 2 o'clock out at Penrith.
Yeah, the old Penny Park.
The Panthers are playing the Dolphins.
Ooh, yum. Yeah, now you want to talk points.
Yeah, this will be a fun game.
The potential is for a lot of points.
This is going to be a carve up though for Penrith.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are going to really rue. Although Penrith are in a position where the night before, if the Storm win, Penrith probably say, my premiership's done. Let's just make a couple of switches.
I still think the Penrith players will back up. Look, they're I don't like using the word dynasty, right? But they're at a point at the moment where it is turning into that. And the more trophies that they can get, the more case they have for... Like, they're definitely the best team of our generation, right?
Do you know what I heard? Nathan Cleary's going to be named and play. Which says to me that the Dolphins are doomed.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Panthers in this one. 4 o'clock at Four Pines Park in Manly.
No, yeah, it's the old Brookvale Oval.
They are taking on the Titans, who are in some delicious form at the moment.
Okay.
This is going to all depend on where the DCE backs up.
Yeah, look, Sunday probably will because he loves his football. If I'm Manly, I'm probably not playing him. Wouldn't it be ironic if he backflips on this game?
Yeah, look, the only thing is that Manly are 7th.
They need to win. They
need to win this game. He's going to play this game, and because of that, I am going to tip Manly.
Yeah, me too. I'd love to go against you, but Manly at home are a different beast, and this could be a sneaky shout for game of the round, which is huge considering the last 2 games.
And finally, the Cowboys, 6:30, Country Bank Stadium, Cowboys hosting the Canterbury Bulldogs.
Okay.
Yeah, now this is going to be a fun game.
It's a good round of rugby league. Once you get past that Titans atrocity, that Tigers atrocity, you're all good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I mean, like even the Rabbitohs Tigers game could be so bad that it'll be good, you know.
True.
So I don't mind. It's going to be an enjoyable round of rugby league. The Cowboys, they score lots of points.
They do.
The Dogs don't allow you to score lots of points.
They don't. It's going to be a real attack versus defence.
Yeah. Hot and humid up there.
Yeah,
disgusting conditions.
Yeah, I don't really look. I'm going to put this on the fact that both teams have a halfback, right? But one keeps a list of people who says they're going to come last and doesn't speak to them when they ask for interviews, and the other team doesn't. Mm-hmm. And for that and that only, I'm going to go for the Bulldogs.
I honestly don't know who to tip in this game. Dids, have you got a coin?
No one carries cash anymore.
This is Bulldogs. This is the other team. There you go, Bulldogs.
Bulldogs it is. Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by the good people at Top Sport. Don't forget to like and subscribe. 32 likes last week. We had 11 comments.
Thank you.
It was brilliant. Make sure you keep hitting that like button. Subscribe if you can. It's awesome. Helps get us in front of people. The comments always.
I like to think we're doing a service.
Like and retweet us on Twitter as well.
If you have to.
Yeah, please. We're begging.
Like, I am almost begging now. Yeah. I need attention, please. But no, genuinely, thank you. I do appreciate it.
Really
Thanks to the kind people that said g'day at the Sharks the other night. It was fun to be on the good end.
Yep. And on that note, we'll see you next week.